Hello word enthusiasts! Today we are looking at the words Thingamajig, Thingamabob and Discombobulate. Keep watching, but first, if you haven't already, do subscribe to The English Nut on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube and X. Thank you. First up, Thingamajig. This was suggested by Bernard Gono. It's a word that pops up when the name of something slips your mind. You know that Thingamajig? It's believed to have originated in the early 19th century, a blend of thing and a jumble of sounds to imply something unnamed or forgotten. It's a made-up placeholder word people use when they aren't able to come up with the actual word. It's an informal word used especially in spoken English to describe a thing whose name is unknown, forgotten, or deliberately overlooked, or for something that is hard to classify. Can you pass me that thingamajig? It's the tool for tightening these screws. I can't seem to find the instruction manual for this thingamajig. It's supposed to make coffee and toast simultaneously. During the treasure hunt, one clue described a thingamajig that turned out to be an antique sundial in the garden. Here's a quote from the Anchorage Daily News containing the word 14 degrees below zero, the digital vehicle temperature thingamajig told us. Here's another one from National Geographic. Even more frustrating can be the litany of advertisers who scare the bejeebies out of us in hopes to get us to buy their new and improved disaster prevention thingamajig. Bejeebies. That's another curious word. According to the Urban Dictionary, bejeebies are what get activated and flared up within oneself because of a negative emotion. That scared the bejeebies out of me. She irritates the bejeebies out of me. It's slang, of course. In Class of 3000, an American children's animated musical TV series, there's a song that goes, "Hey little D, how you like my new electrophonic bass thingamajig? I just made it, yeah. Oh, that's fine." In 2009, Hershey, the American chocolate company, introduced a candy bar called Thingamajig, featuring chocolate, Cocoa Crisps, and peanut butter inside. They have since discontinued it. Now let's talk about Thingamabob, also suggested by Bernard Gono. It's a cousin of Thingamajig, used interchangeably. First used in 1796, Thingamabob also serves as a placeholder for an elusive word. It's for that moment when the name of something is right at the tip of your tongue, but you just can't get it out. Can you help me figure out how this Thingamabob works? It's supposed to connect to the TV, but I'm baffled. The magician astounded everyone by making a seemingly ordinary Thingamabob float in midair. I can't find the Thingamabob that holds the door open. It's one of those Thingamabobs that can give you driving directions. German writer Niels Neuwirth wrote a story about some creatures called Thingamabobs. It starts like this. A little while ago, rather some hundreds of years ago, in a far away and very, very small country, in an even smaller village, there lived the Thingamabobs. The Thingamabobs were very friendly, funny and obliging beings. They helped each other, talked a lot and laughed together. Seems like the Thingamabobs would have been fun to hang out with. Here's a rhyme from the Jumble Book of Rhymes recited by the Jumbler by Frank R. Hine. I thank you for the hickey-dee, the Thingamabob you sent. The trickamadoo's the very thing on which my heart was bent. It looks like the writer made up a couple of other nonce words, hickey-dee and trickamadoo, to refer to a gift the Jumbler received which he could not label. A nonce word is a word that is made up for a single occasion but is not otherwise recognized as a word. Thingamajig and Thingamabob probably started out as nonce words that got regularized. They reflect the playful and flexible nature of the English language, where creativity fills the gaps in our memory. These words have plenty of synonyms too. Doodad, doohickey, hootenanny, thingamy, and whatchamacallit are some of them. This little doohickey here, or should I say whatchamacallit, or is it a thingamabob? Whatever it is, it's a testament to how language evolves and adapts, adding a dash of humor and a pinch of mystery to our everyday conversations. So the next time you can't recall the name of something, fear not. Thingamajig, Thingamabob, or Thingamy have got you covered. This word was suggested by Saurabh Agarwal. Discombobulate. It means to confuse or disconcert someone. It throws your thoughts into a tizzy. It can also mean to make someone feel uncomfortable, to bewilder, to upset, to disorient, to frustrate. The teacher was completely discombobulated by the rowdy students. Many people first came across this word in Robert Downey Jr.'s fight scene in Sherlock Holmes. We hear his thoughts as he plans how to win the fight. A key point is that he must discombobulate his opponent. Here's how you can use the word in a sentence. The sudden change in plans discombobulated the entire team, leaving everyone scrambling. Watching a movie with a plot full of twists and turns can leave you feeling pleasantly discombobulated. My grandmother seemed discombobulated by all of the fuss over her birthday. Discombobulate is a delightful example of playful language. The word was introduced into English in 1825. It's an American coinage, possibly an alteration of discompose or discomfit, but with an extra bobble to add to the confusion. Here are a couple of quotes containing the word. Penn sent a discombobulating array of material to incoming freshmen over the summer. This was from Ben Adler. The next one is from Micah Redfield. A winding drive through the rural areas, twisting and turning to the point of discombobulation until emerging around a final left turn, a clearing presents itself. In his song Hot Shot, Jamaican-American reggae rapper Shaggy says, "Come let me discombobulate your parts." Wow! Here's another quote from writers Jared Kintz and Benson Bruno. They too say they want to discombobulate you for your parts, but I think their meaning is different from what Shaggy intended. Here's the quote. Your life is a collection of body parts that could be used to save many people, and you're not doing anything. What are you doing with your life that's so important? Come on, let's dissemble and discombobulate you for the greatest good, for the greatest number. Dissemble means to disguise or conceal. Perhaps they meant to write disassemble, which means to take something apart. The quote is from a book with a long, incomplete sounding title. A story that talks about talking is like chatter to chattering teeth, and every set of dentures can attest to the fact that that was the title, and it ends abruptly like that. So if the quote didn't discombobulate you, perhaps the title could. The next time you're feeling a bit discombobulated, remember it's just the English language taking you on a playful spin. Until our next linguistic adventure, keep marveling at the wonders of words and let me know your thoughts in the section below. I'm the English Nut. Bye for now.